had Guterres tweet out and say to the effect of, let's see if I can find it because I pulled it up. Conspiracy theories, misinformation, disinformation, and lies are thriving in our broken information ecosystem. We must make lying wrong again. Yeah, to which I say you first, because I've had multiple sources tell me about the shenanigans going on at the UN. I have the document now. I will have more documents coming. So let's start first with your organization, Mr. Guterres. From the very beginning, this conflict has been misrepresented. I can pull out various stories where it said, Abiy claims that the Northern Command was attacked first. It's not a claim, it's a fact. We have the evidence in terms of a TPLF official confessing to it on Tigrayan television. It's right there. We know that the Axum massacre story was misrepresented because I have video of people walking around on the very day that there was supposed to be blood in the streets. We know that the Maikadra massacre is being misrepresented because I was there. I actually had a team interview the survivors and witnesses. And these facts are conveniently neglected. Mark Lowcock decides to misrepresent them in a column. On the very night that his column is published, he's on PBS spinning this nonsense. Now, the fact of the matter is we can go over all the evidence and again, but we've got to move on to actual action. And this is where we have to stop being polite because the sovereignty of the country is at stake. It is high time that the journalists, many of whom are whites, and why we need Declan Walsh, Tom Gardner, Will Brown, Anna Kara, all these Caucasian people from the West to interpret Africa for us, one wonders. But it's about high time to make their lives uncomfortable because they're not accountable to the people they're reporting on. I'm not talking about advocating violence. I'm not talking about advocating intimidation. I'm saying if you rent to, what's his name? Robbie Corey-Boulet in Addis, evict him. You don't have to rent to this guy. Here's a story from the 8th. Ethiopia forces strike. Tigray rebels in massive move. And the story from his tweet says Ethiopian government troops are waging air and ground strikes in northern Amhara in what the TPLF described as a massive move. His story looks entirely at this development through TPLF eyes. There is no.
May I just interrupt you for a minute because we might not know all those journalists that you are quoting, but of course it's very passionate. Yeah, of course, but but I would like to. I mean, we understand that you're very passionate about that, and I think it's a good thing that the way you're supporting our approach here. But just one question that you raised earlier on, your own question. Did you find an answer to that? You said, why the hell the UN is doing that? Did you find an answer to that question?
Yes, because it serves their interest to cooperate with a terrorist organization. It's easier to cooperate with them. We know that there are sympathizers working within these UN agencies. This comes in the wake of the debacle over this so-called leaked audio, which is not a leaked audio. It was stolen from me. It was stolen from my digital recorder at the airport. This is my first public appearance since that whole scandal. And the fact of the matter is you have a Western journalist yucking it up with two of the most virulent TPLF trolls on Twitter and says it's laughable, to which I would like to say, why would I risk what you folks consider a joke as a reputation to burn my sources and make it so that I would not be able to interview so that nobody else would ever want to trust me again? Why would I do that? So the audio was stolen. It was taken from me, but the sources on it pointed the finger at one of the people who was later kicked out of the country. Let's ask Mr. Guterres about his conduct. Let's ask about the document that I have. Let's ask about the sources' accounts of when UN senior officials were harassing Ethiopian workers and were interfering with the national exams in Mekelle. Can we talk about that? But more importantly, let's get to the action. I think these people's lives should be made uncomfortable. They've gone after Ethiopian Airlines and quite frankly, what they forget is Ethiopian Airlines probably has a no-fly list like other carriers. Frankly, it's about high time that some of these propagandists disguised as journalists get put on a no-fly list and are not able to go on the routes to other parts of Africa for which Ethiopian Airlines serves. Go find another airline to do that. You have the power.
Well,
you
let's
have the
use
power, use it.